Hi, this is Colorful Foresight where we intuitively connect from within. And it's woo woo time where we connect our woo woo into our mundane living. So, hi, this is Sylvia of Colorful Foresight where we intuitively connect from within. Today I have my guest, Patti, coaching for inspiration, and Angela Dance with Angela. Angela Dance with Angela?
Yes, I
Yeah.
like a lot of Angela.
Today's title is Your Intuition for Your Work-Life Balance. And in this twist, I will be asking Patti and Angela on how important it is in utilizing their intuition for work-life balance. And before we get started, here's a little information about them. Angela and Patti have a podcast together called Building Better Relationship at Home and Work with Angela and Patti. And individually, the Patti is a leadership work-life balance coach, Reiki master, blogger, and podcaster. And as for Angela, that she is the creator of Dance with Angela, that is about empowering your body to heal your relationship and to recover your self-love. So I have a question. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Now think of one, ask your intuition. Please share an experience where you had to really utilize your intuition for your work-life balance. Anything come to mind? It's like
Oh,
you really had to use it. I mean, not that we don't, but you really had to. Just like that.
yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Like you can't get the solution without the intuition. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it might be maybe in a situation that you're not familiar with at all. So you're winging it totally, but you do have your intuition. So you could utilize that. Because
Yeah.
they have wisdom and they have ideas that way better than what we could think of.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was when I started doing Reiki, listening to my intuition by doing the energy healing. And that was kind of a new concept for me. And just realizing, just let the energy flow and moving your hands to where you feel it needs to go. And then another thing is people asking questions afterwards, and just using my intuition for that to answer their questions and to feel comfortable and confident with that. At first, I didn't quite know what to say or what to do, but then I just kind of let it happen and be comfortable with that. So in the Reiki part, also with coaching, I use my intuition a lot by the questions I ask. I ask the client, things will come to me and I'll ask them those questions, and those are the right questions and help them with their solutions. If I wasn't using my intuition and just going by questions that I may have wrote out before or thought about before, but in the moment, actually using questions that come into my head and from intuition.
Makes sense. You know what? I was listening to both of you. I'm actually not the most organized about what to do my day. So I'll ask my divine, like, what I need to do. It's kind of like I have to say, organizer, um, organizer, spirit guide, please tell me what I need to do. So kind of like being kind of like, you don't have any structure. You're kind of like just going around your day. So I have a little bit, like you have to vision it to let get some things done. Because otherwise but if I have some ideas, and then the insight will come in. Even doing this channel, even though it's organic, a lot of the interesting insight from something bigger than me, it's not from me. So I kind of look forward to like, ooh, what they're going to come up with. And if I could see it, like especially if you're doing energy work and you come up with insight that's not something you have knowledge of, but you have confidence in it. How that is great for every area of your life, especially in your business aspect. And basically that's what a lot of people probably using anyway. The one who's really creative and they allow the inspiration come. Maybe they think it's them that doing it, but it's coming from something bigger than themselves. Like I feel like a lot of the movies and big books and all those technology creators, they're coming from something bigger than them, But that's what came to mind. You know, that.
So
But I noticed though, I need to have some structure. If I just go, okay, divine, help me, then it's just kind of like take me 8 hours to do like 2 things. But if I give a little bit of that, okay, I want to do this, then it's more quicker. So it always goes with, you can't just rely on something out there, but you have to give it some structure. You have to say, okay, this is what I want. And then it worked around that energy. So how did that work for you when you're doing your coaching for leaders? Especially if there's such busy bees, they probably have a lot of they already wrote what there for them. What would you do for that in that situation?
Right. So, of course, they can get onto my scheduler and schedule because they need time. They're so busy, and they get on the scheduler and they schedule it. That's how it's done. And then I quickly go into what are you looking for in the coaching today? And then that's where the intuition and everything starts happening, because they start talking about it and I ask questions to get down deep quickly to resolve the situation that's happening, because they need a quick answer. They need to get it quickly done. Now, the Reiki part, that's also scheduled, and they need to be relaxed and kind of done with the day, or so that they can relax. So it's 2 different things, but they work together. And they come up with solutions both ways.
Patti, with the
By the
Reiki,
way, wait. Because I could edit this down. Who had that loud background? Is it me? Is it
I think it's the grass cutting here. There's some cutting grass. Sorry.
Okay. I never know. I hear noise, but I never know. Angela had construction, and I'm like, are they ducks? She's like, no,
Yeah.
that's construction.
Some sort of renovation.
I just want to make sure it wasn't on my part. I'm like, maybe it's me. I don't know. So, going with what Patti said.
I wanted to ask about the Reiki. So the Reiki sessions are a certain time, and then spirit comes in and does its magic, and then it's finished within that time. So spirit's actually got that ability to work within very specific times, or they can make things go longer, so we have to be, in some ways, the shaper. Pardon?
Very flexible.
Right. So
Yeah.
if we force spirit to work within a specific time that's too short, spirit's going to let you know. Like if they can work out what's the right time with you, or that's where I use the intuition. So for example, sometimes I'll put an hour on my scheduler to do a certain task, and then it's done in 10 minutes because I didn't know what it required. But then that other 50 minutes, I can then do something else. So it's fascinating to me how spirit, my mind can say, let's do this, but then the answer gets done quickly, and then another bunch of stuff can be put in that also had to be done that I wasn't aware of. But in healing work, you might need to work out with your intuition how much time is required for each healing that you do. Or sometimes our clients want things done at a specific time, but you have to actually ask, is that the right amount of time for the client? And I wanted to ask Patti about, and you, Silvia, about the first question, Patti, you're asking is, what do you want from the session? Right. So that's how our intuition is often asking us, what do we want? Not what we think, but what do we want? Because that's more getting into your passion or your drive. It can connect to your spirit too. So once you tell, I want to do this today, like for me, when I was an entrepreneur, not sure how to structure my very unscheduled day, I'd have to really go, well, what do I want to do today? And that would sometimes clash with what I think I should be doing today.
Right.
And that's the entrepreneur's battle, because you're always trying to think, well, I'm thinking I should be doing this, but is that actually what I want? And also, is that the most effective use of my time? And that's where I constantly in my life trying to understand how to manage time or to manage it with spirit, because sometimes I'm wasting time. Sometimes I'm making things like I put an hour for something that takes 10 minutes, and how to actually shape the day so it's actually more fun or more productive or more conducive to the energies. And yeah.
You know what comes to mind? Because we're talking about solely using your intuition. First of all, I have to listen to it. First, I need that directed energy. With Patti, you need that directed energy, because otherwise, it's like so many things, and it's kind of like we have to direct it in order to get things going. Then there is this idea of, am I listening to my intuition? Or they have to like clear through all the chattering mind and getting distracted, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So again, it goes back to embracing the intuition and realizing it's a good thing to have, and to go, okay, I need to have more, I have to be a little more directed, and let me really utilize the intuition. Now we're talking about solely. And what comes to mind is also back in the day when there wasn't like internet, and people really had to use their common sense and winging it. And they were really using, they would probably say common sense, but they were using the intuition. They were going by, so it's like, I don't know, being reminded like people made it. I mean, a lot of people had fifth grade education, and they build the city, like a lot of Italian, Roman, they build the city and things like that. So all that comes to mind.